What's up, everybody? It's Bo here, the Texas Trader. It is Friday, October 10th, 8:38 a.m. Texas time. So, market just opened about 8 minutes ago. I'm looking to take a trade on LAES. This is going to be what I call a panic dip buy setup. So I'm just kind of waiting, looking for levels currently. So I'm going to start mapping out some levels. We got volume here, we got volume here, right? So there's the breakout level. Got some volume here and then volume back here. So we know there's some people interested in this stock around these areas. Right there, looks good to me. This is an old level, so I'm just kind of focused here. This is the 5-minute chart, this is the 1-minute chart. So I'm going to kind of let it see how far I can get down in this level here. I'll be looking for smaller candles on the 5-minute chart. What I mean by that is you see this big red candle, and we got a fairly large red candle here, and now you can see on this 5-minute starting to create a smaller candle, correct? But this candle just formed. It is 8:40, so we have 5 minutes left for this candle to fully form. And then I'll be looking for higher lows here on the 1-minute chart. So again, I like to wait. I like to usually wait until about 15 minutes after the market opens to buy. In UAI coming down, so I just got alerted on a stop. I'll come back to this one here in a minute. In UAI. So here's another one getting down in my level. Keep an eye on this one. I'm not quite ready for that yet. So kind of same thing here, right? Just waiting for that 15-minute candle. Just waiting for some of my setups to play out. Oh, let's pull this down. So, what the hell? Don't follow what I'm doing, people. All right, let's go back here to LA. Yes. So what is this low here? Low is 608. So let me start creating a little game plan. PRPH going. Let me start creating a little game plan here. So I'm looking at $6 risk level, right? So this low here, let me make this a little smaller. This low here is 608, so I'm just going to go ahead and round down to the closest whole dollar mark, so $6. And then I'm looking to get in at probably, and I'd like to get in at 625 or lower. Let's just go with 630. 630. And I'm going to trade this on my small account challenge. So let's go with risking $10. So $10. I'll put about 30 shares in there. Hopefully at about 630 or under, using $6 as my risk level. And I'm just waiting for this to set up. Let's see what happens, see what it does. New candle just formed. So we might come down a little lower here. Watching this 15-minute now, right? So what is this low? NCOCH. Man, I'm getting a lot of alerts today. A lot of things are moving. $608, $608. So this is currently a double bottom. I'm not going to pull the trigger yet because I feel like it might come down a little bit more. But we're getting close, and there's a little break of that. Now we'll see how this acts. See what this does here. I start looking at this 15-minute chart. Now we're getting down in that level a little bit more, right? So better risk to reward, in my opinion. We're gonna create an alert at 6. That's below 6. So let's see if it holds this 6, if it breaks this 6. If it breaks the 6, let's watch and see how quickly it recovers, or does it just keep falling? And I'm looking at this chart as well, the daily chart. This is kind of the main focus, right? You can see we clearly broke out yesterday, multi-day breakout. So a pullback is expected. Does it pull back to the breakout level? Very possible, right? But if this is a strong stock, strong sector, has good momentum, currently the overall market is testing all-time highs. So I mean, everything's kind of lining up here for this not to pull back that much, but it is possible. Again, I'm just waiting for this. I'm waiting for this to show me that there's a possible turnaround, right? We can clearly see this is downtrending right now. Yeah, so you got consolidation here. Up here, right? Boom. And no, this is more than likely going to be a resistance level. So you can see this clear consolidation up here, right? Boom, tried to hold there, and then it finally cracked. Bam. Came back up, pushed up, and like I said, you can clearly see this is a resistance level now. Boom. Just sitting and waiting for my setup. Let's go back to this 15-minute chart here. All right, starting to get a little hammer, right? A little hammer candle, but it is 8:49, so we have about 6 more minutes until this candle fully forms. Sorry, having trouble speaking this morning. So lower highs, right? Lower lows. Clear downtrend. So what am I looking for? This high here, 628. This needs to break for us to create a higher high, right? So higher highs means possible reversal, right? Possible reversal sign. And then I'm currently using this low, 602, as risk. So still the $6 risk level, right? Getting a nice hammer candle. So what am I looking for right now? I'm looking for this to go up and break this, pull back, bounce higher than this, and then I'm taking an entry, risking $6. Since this is so close to $6, it's 602. I'm just gonna risk $6. Always looking at whole and half dollar levels. So $1, $1.50, $2, $2.50, and so on, right? Those are usually kind of psychological levels all traders kind of look for, right? Like if this breaks $6, I'm out, right? If this gets to 7, I'm taking profits. Shit like that. All right, starting to watch a little closer here now. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I think that might be it. I'm gonna be patient though. I'm not gonna rush, right? I'm just gonna jump in because that looks like a higher low, which it very well is. But let's make sure, right? So now what am I looking for? This high to break, right? All this shit is moving at all times, so we got to be moving with it. This high is 619, 619. just waiting. Does this hold? It looks like it might. Broke it. Now let's see what happens. How fast does it recover? You guys can clearly see, right? Still downtrend. There's a high, lower high, lower high, lower high. So let's move this down. Place. We got lower low, lower low, lower low. We need that to reverse, and then we start looking for entries. If I could record this one too. I don't know. Yeah. I think it's the hardest part about trading is just waiting for your setup. I think too many people just buy. Like, oh man, this looks good, I'm gonna buy it. Oh, this looks good, I'm gonna buy it. I mean, why do you think it looks good? That's what I don't understand. What looks good about it? Like, if you're not tracking or watching the same thing, why do you think it looks good? So let's see what AMD is doing. So this AMD, yep. So AMD is getting ready to bounce, it looks like. Did we hit? So there's my level. That's the old breakout, right? Oh man. So if this bounces, LAES is going to bounce as well, in my opinion. I mean, it doesn't mean it's going to bounce. That's what I think. That's what I think. Man, I should have fucking saw that. So I'm pretty sure this is going to be the bottom. Just got to wait for the right time here. Because I kind of already missed it. Keep AMD on over here. See what AMD's doing. My focus is strictly on LAES this morning. Period. I'm going to get an entry and then set my stops, and I'm done for the day. I'm headed to the state fair. All right, let's see what this 15-minute looks like. Hammer that, boom, boom. Entry set. Come on, get me in, motherfucker. Come on, come on. So high or low here. Let's look at this 5-minute. Boom, got me in. So, let's see here. Where am I in at? So just buying this higher low. I'm in at 611. I'll be using $6 as my risk level. here for a second. What time is it? 9:04. I gotta get ready. I just want to kind of watch this for a minute to see how this plays out. I grabbed some more on my other account as well. AMD looking like it's trying to bounce. Alert. So now we're making higher highs, right? So I entered on that higher low. Now we're making higher highs. So as long as we just continue this reversal, right? That's the sign of the reversal, right? Lower lows, lower highs is a downtrend. Higher highs. Come on now. Higher highs and higher lows is an uptrend. So when you start getting that, that's a possible sign of a reversal. So what is this low here? 603. Would love to see that 603 hold. AMD looks like it's trying to come down more. AMD's trying to come down a little more. We'll see if these hold up. But this is kind of the same thing I look for every day. Hammer candles on bigger time frames. Just looking for a pullback, right? Pullback on a stock that has some reason to move, right? I'm not just buying any pullback. I'm not just buying any spike and pull. I'm looking for stocks that have a reason to move. And this is a semiconductor. It's in the semiconductor sector. I believe AMD got some news or something the other day. So AMD is kind of my guide on these semiconductors. So if AMD is going up, more than likely these semiconductors are going to follow. If AMD is coming down, same holds true, right? They're probably going to follow. Another one I'm in as well is NVTS, which is kicking ass today. This was alerted in the Discord yesterday as well. Again, just kind of looking at the daily chart, looking at this 2 breakout, right? Looking for a $10 price target. This guy, and I'm actually also looking for a $10 price target on LAES. So this is a bit more ambitious, but we'll see. Hey, what's going on? Create alert. AMD is trying to bounce here. It wants to bounce here, but we'll see what happens. Sorry, just chatting with my Discord here. If you guys want to know what I'm trading all the time, check out my Discord. I'll put a link in the description so you guys can join. But I'm in the Discord every day. I go live. I do these videos in there live. So, showing my trades, telling, explaining what I'm looking at, why I'm looking at it, and just going over my whole process daily. So if you guys are interested in that, I'll put the link in the description of this video. All right, AMD starting to bounce here. It's also starting to push closer and closer to time for me to have to get up, so there it is, I think. It's looking good. AMD. I'm more focused on these semiconductor stocks right now. Alright, just broke that. See what happens. Gee, where's that stock he's talking about? GDRX. AMD, what are you doing, buddy? Yeah, AMD trying to come down a little bit more. No, so I guess this is 595, 595, yeah. So I'm not using 6, I'm using 595. It may break it here. AMD coming down a little bit more. This LAES is holding up nicely though. We'll see what happens. Market's starting to pull back. USA moves to ban Chinese airlines. Loophole for shorter U.S. trips. Overall market starting to pull pretty good. AMD is trying to bounce, but it's having trouble, probably because of the overall market. LAES putting in a higher low here on the 5-minute chart. Let's see what that 15-minute looks like. Let's go to the 30-minute. So levels are still holding pretty nicely. I may have my stop or my risk a little too tight, but it's holding up so far. We'll see what happens. Nice higher low here. If I had more money on this smaller account, I'd probably be adding some shares here. But it is what it is. AMD starting to bounce now. So $570. This market starts bouncing, we're good. All right, this video is gonna get a little long, so I have to cut it. But hey, and I gotta get up and go. Got to go. But if you look at AMD here, is what I'm watching. You can see it's trying to bounce. So I have my alert set here. As long as this thing holds up and starts to bounce, I'm pretty confident in VTS going higher, as well as LAES. So we will see. And then a couple more on that semiconductor watch list is Wolf. Where are we at on the daily here? Yeah, this one's kind of, I missed that one. Wolf and, whoa, what just happened? And SQNS is another one. Yeah, that might be decent. Kind of a bottom bouncer idea, maybe. I don't know, I'll keep it on watch. The ones I'm mostly focused on right now is LAES and NVTS. So NVTS at this breakout level now. That's probably why it's having issues. I mean, also everything else is kind of pulling back right now too. So nice strong stock. Yeah, I think this one hits $10. Let's see, 874. What's today's high? 880. So yeah, it's broke that. We'll set an alert at 880. Boom. AMD starting to bounce. Let's go. Let's go, and I gotta go. So real quick, one more time. Here's AMD. Again, higher lows, right? Look at that. Looking like it's starting to bounce. We get above this 230. Above 230, and then as long as we stay above 228, 229 area, I think we're good to go higher. Again, I'm not playing that one. I'm just watching that as a guide for these stocks. You can kind of see that LAES is in that same pattern as AMD. So AMD is my guiding light on these stocks. But anyway, that's it. That's what I'm trading today. That's what I'm looking at. How, why, all that. So if you guys are interested in joining the chat or the Discord, like I said, I'll put a link in the comments, and I go over all this stuff every single day live. I answer questions. Guys, I have members shoot out stocks they're looking at, and I'll go over I'll analyze the stock charts and what I'm looking at on them with them. So yeah, it's just nice friendly community where everybody shares thoughts, ideas. I share what I'm looking at, how I'm trading it, and it's currently free. So if you guys want to join, link will be in the description. That's it from me today. Gotta go. You guys enjoy your weekend, and I will see you next time.